Although I'm bullish on the markets after the election and into year end, I think the next few weeks, right up until the election, could be a little bit choppy and the market could trade sideways. Right now, I think the biggest issue right now for the markets is some uncertainty about geopolitics and whether or not the situation in the Middle East, as well as Russia and Ukraine, might escalate into wider conflicts. That combined with election uncertainty, I think the market will probably still trade sideways up until around the election. Then I think the market should continue a pretty strong upward momentum. Obviously, we have rate cuts that happened, and then we have more rate cuts that are coming by the end of this year, another 50 basis points at least rate cuts by the end of this year, combined with China's stimulus. The market, I think, should do well, but there is some geopolitical uncertainty and fears of a wider escalation of the conflict. So, as well as the uncertainty about the election. So, I think right after the election happens, the market will act like a coiled spring, as long as the geopolitical situations don't escalate. And I still think a market melt up and a strong rally into year end, with the possibility of 6,000 for the S&P, or perhaps even 6,100 by year end. So let's see what happens. But we have some bullish macro indicators. We have more liquidity in the economy, with Federal Reserve banks and central banks around the world cutting rates and pumping some liquidity into their economies. That's good for asset prices. That's good for stocks, gold, Bitcoin. So I still, as I said, expect the next few weeks to be a little bit volatile and trade sideways, but after the election should be a pretty strong upward momentum into year end.